Hey there YouTube, this is Vargas XX78 with another collection pickup video. Just wanted to share with you guys all the stuff that I've added to the vault since the last video I recorded. Unfortunately, since Club Nintendo has gone bi-monthly, I have no new issue of Club Nintendo to talk about. Also, I'm not 100% sure about some of the stuff that I wanted to share. Some of it I'm 50% sure I might have already talked about. The other stuff I know I haven't talked about. So if I do repeat certain objects, I do apologize. But first off, and this is the one that I'm not 100% sure, I went to a factory for you, and they have a toy section, a very small toy section. But I'm trying to pick up monster trucks, the Hot Wheels monster truck line. That's specifically based on superheroes or you know, the geeky stuff that I also collect. I have a couple, and I saw this 2-pack, which again, if I already talked about this, I apologize, but it has Captain America, and it has Spider-Man. So, I do want to pick up the Iron Man monster truck if I ever see it. There's also a really cool T-Rex looking monster truck that I hope I can find. But, and there's also a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle monster truck that came out a while ago, so if I ever find that one, I do want to pick it up. But, yeah, these monster trucks are, oddly enough, these Hot Wheels monster trucks are becoming really hard to find. The only one I always see on stores is Gravedigger. All the variants have become increasingly hard to find, so yeah. The other one I picked up is this bigger monster truck from Wolverine. I already have a Wolverine, this scale monster truck, but as you can see, the one I picked up is a lot bigger. I have a Batman monster truck from this size, and this is the ones that you rev up, and they just, you know, race away. So, this Wolverine, he's got the Wolverine claws, he's got the X, he's got the mask. Just saw it at Swap Meet, and I couldn't pass it up. Because, as anyone that knows me or has seen my videos, I'm a big fan of Wolverine and Batman, so having these two big monster trucks I thought was pretty awesome. Keeping in line with the collectibles, I went to a GameStop in San Marcos, and I finally was able to pick up a Sonic amiibo. This is a Sonic in his classic running pose. I want to get into collecting amiibos, but it's so hard to find any sort of variants. The only ones I always see is Mario, Peach, Luigi, Pikachu, sometimes Kirby, sometimes Samus, and Diddy Kong. Those are the ones that I always see anywhere I go. But the other variants, such as Sonic, or the one I want to get also, Mega Man, really, really hard to find. So amiibo collecting is, if I see one, I'll pick it up. Especially it's on my want list. Sonic was on my list. Mega Man is on my list. I want to get Ganondorf when he comes out, and I do want to get Bowser Jr. Because Bowser Jr. is turning into my favorite character to use. I think I'm getting really good at using Bowser Jr., so I want to get that amiibo, but it's super hard to find amiibos at stores. I just can't seem to get any good variants. But I went to a Best Buy, also in San Marcos, and I was able to also get an Toon Link amiibo. Now, Toon Link wasn't on my list originally. I was happy with getting Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf. Because Sheik also came out, and I haven't gotten... I could have gotten Sheik or Toon Link, and I decided to go for Toon Link because I like the character design, and the mold on Toon Link looked really, really good, so I picked up Toon Link. So yeah, I have a few more amiibos to the collection, but I'm really, really hopeful that I'll be able to pick up a Mega Man, a Ganondorf, a Bowser Jr., and a Pac-Man. If I can get those 4 amiibos... Oh, and Charizard. I'm missing Charizard, because that's my favorite Pokemon. So if I can get those 5 amiibos, I'll be one happy super dude. Picked up some books. This one I'm not sure if I talked about before, but I picked up Return to Treasure Island. This is a sequel to the classic Treasure Island. Obviously, it's not written by the same person. This is an author that took the characters from that original book and just adapted the story to make a sequel, where this time they're trying to find Egyptian gold. So, want to get into this. I have read, and of course I've seen adaptations of Treasure Island, so want to see if this sequel is any good. A friend of mine was clearing out some of her stuff, and she knows I like reading, she knows I like books, so she gave me two of her books. And both of them I think are very interesting because they talk about interesting people. The first one is a book relating the life and, unfortunately, last days of Princess Diana. I'm old enough to remember the royal wedding, how it was this big show, and it was like a real life storybook wedding, and it was a big deal when I was a kid. And I remember, I have good memories of Princess Diana from all her all the work that she did with underprivileged people, and all the sad things that happened to her. And it's very sad to think that just as she was getting her life in order and she was actually being happy, she died in a very, very tragic way. So I'm very interested in reading this book too, because it has a whole bunch of pictures from her life, and again the work that she did, her childhood. Really interested in reading this. The other book is actually a book that was done as an interview. They did the interview, and they made a book with Jacqueline Kennedy after a couple of years, I think, after the assassination of JFK. Also a very, very interesting person, because she went through something, well, in that time the United States went through a really difficult thing, because it was a big, major assassination. So the interviewer sat down with Jacqueline Kennedy and talked about her life with JFK, her personal life, and the political aspect of everything. This is actually a first printing of this, and it also comes with this collection of discs, which is the audio interview. The book itself is a transcript of the interview, but this one has the complete interview in audio form. So it's 8 discs. So I'm also looking forward to either reading or listening to this interview, because, like I said, Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis and Princess Diana are two very interesting people that I would like to know more about them. Onto some video games. I was able to give my old Game Boy some lovin'. Went to an Overwheels and I picked up some classic Game Boy games. The first one I picked up is Star Wars, developed by Capcom. And the other one is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Back from the Sewers. I haven't tested this one, and this one, from what I've played, is a little better than Fall of the Foot Clan. So, want to get more into these two games, but I've rarely seen classic Game Boy games, so anytime I come across them, I'm glad to pick them up. And they're two very, in my opinion, very classic games, because it's Star Wars by Capcom and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles by Konami. So really, really looking forward to clocking in some more time with these two games, and really happy that I was able to find them cheap. So I got those for a really good price. Gave my NES some love, and I picked up Rad Racer 2. This is a game developed by Square, before they became Square Enix, long before they became Square Enix. And it's very interesting, and the reason why I picked it up is because Square has become known as an RPG company. So back in the day, they experimented with a lot of genres. They came out with Rad Racer 2, and I think they also published 3D Runner, but I might be wrong on that one. But always great got this at a really cheap also, so always also great to pick up some classic NES games. Speaking of NES games, I picked up the NES Remix Pack. This is one of the other things I'm not sure if I talked about before, but this one has NES Remix 1 and Remix 2 in one single disc. As I've mentioned before, and I talked about in my Rage video, I prefer physical copies instead of digital. You can download this through the Nintendo store, but I prefer to own an actual physical copy, and this one has both. And yeah, it's like WarioWare, where you can play mini games based on classic NES games like Mario Brothers, Mario Brothers 3, Metroid, Kirby, Legend of Zelda. And they also have this mode where you can use, for example, you can use Link in Donkey Kong. So I thought that was pretty cool. I still have a lot to unlock on this one, but so far I'm loving this game. The way they readapted these classic games and basically reintroduced them to a number of people that might not have, gotten a chance to experience the classic games. Great pack, and if you can get it, I would definitely recommend you pick up NES Remix. For the Wii, I was able to pick up a game that I've been actually hunting down for a long time, and that's Silent Hill Shattered Memories. This is a reimagining of the first Silent Hill. Big difference is that this game analyzes you psychologically. It gives you a test, and depending on what you answered, it adapts the game to freak you out specifically. That's very interesting. The only thing is that you don't actually battle the monsters. When you see a monster, you have to get away as fast as you can. You can't actively fight against the monsters. I think that adds an extra level of creepiness, but also takes away a lot of control from the player. But the graphics are really creepy, and it's really good. I really like... My favorite horror series is Fatal Frame, but next to that is Silent Hill. I actually do want to pick up some more Silent Hill games, but I'm so glad I was able to pick up this one, because honestly, I've never seen this game. I've been wanting to pick it up, but I've never seen this game until now, so that's pretty awesome, I think. At an Overwheels, I got a couple of PlayStation 1 games really cheap. First one I picked up is Ridge Racer Type 4. This one is one of the thick ones because it has the Ridge Racer game. And it also has Ridge Racer Bonus Turbo Mode disc. So it has 2 discs, which is also pretty cool. I actually miss Ridge Racer. I thought it was pretty cool racing game series. They should definitely make another one, because the last one I played was for the PSP. And I really like that one, but hoping they make some more. And the other game I picked up for the PlayStation 1 is NBA Live 99. I think I already own NBA Live 2002, but I just really like basketball games. I think the one sport that translates well into video games is basketball. Not a fan of baseball games. NFL games are hit or miss. But basketball, I love basketball games, so this one is pretty cool. Obviously, the 2002 version that I already have is better, but I couldn't pass up. I got this for 50 cents, so sports games in themselves are pretty cheap, but it's PlayStation 1, so I couldn't pass it up. Went to the same Best Buy where I bought Toon Link. I picked up The Walking Dead Season 1. It's a used game, unfortunately, and it wasn't until I actually got home that I noticed that it doesn't have the manual. But this is the Game of the Year edition that has the 5 Walking Dead episodes plus an extra episode, 400 Days. I played the demo, and I thought this game was pretty awesome. And now that I've played a more complete version of it, this game is amazing. The choices that you have to make, the cel-shaded art style, it's just a really cool game that I highly recommend. If you're a fan of zombie games and The Walking Dead, you should definitely pick this one up. It's amazing. I've been wanting to get this game for a long while, and now that I've played it, I can definitely say that this game is amazing. I want to burn through it and, pass it so I can buy Season 2, because that one also looks freaking cool. Also at that Best Buy, I picked up Borderlands 2 for $6, new. Haven't opened it. I love the first Borderlands. I can't wait to beat The Walking Dead and get back into the world of Pandora, because I really like the first Borderlands, and from what I know of this game, they just added even more awesomeness to the game. Almost done. Only need to talk about some movies, and I did pick up a couple of movies this time. Big fan of the classic action heroes like Stallone, Van Damme, Schwarzenegger, Bruce Willis. And Stallone came out with a movie called Bullet to the Head. Picked it up at Big Lots for $3. I was watching a little bit of it on TV, but I missed a good chunk of it, so I wanted to pick it up. Again, huge Sylvester Stallone fan, so I had to pick this one up. Picked out really cheap. I don't even remember where I bought it. I think it might have been Target, but picked up Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Great remake. This is a remake of, if I remember correctly, it might be Conquest of the Planet of the Apes. No, that's Dawn. I forget which one, but it's a remake of the original one that tells how the apes evolved and came into power, and the CGI monkeys. Some of them look really bad, but Caesar, the motion capture that they did for Caesar, is really great. I ended up really liking this movie, and I also liked the sequel, which I have to get, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. That one is the remake of Conquest. But it's a great series. It's Blu-ray DVD combo pack. I love this Planet of the Apes, and I'm looking forward to the last part. Highly recommend that movie. Also, picked it up cheap, and it's to complete my wife's Twilight collection, but I picked up Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2, still new. Honestly, not a big fan of Twilight, but the last part of this movie where they end up killing everyone was pretty cool. It was pretty satisfying to see, that huge, big, epic battle happen. So at least that has that. Picked up the Steelbook at a Target of Django Unchained. Great movie by Quentin Tarantino. Personally, I like Inglourious Basterds a little better than this, mostly because of how they speak in so many languages. I find that very interesting. But Django Unchained is pretty cool. Everyone gives an awesome performance. Just really liked it. I'll probably make a top list of favorite Tarantino movies, so that might be interesting. Picked up the 35th anniversary edition of the classic Planet of the Apes, starring Charlton Heston. It's a classic sci-fi movie. It has a metal look to it, and it's a 2-disc set. It has the movie in full screen edition, unfortunately, but it has the movie, and it has an extra DVD with a whole bunch of special features. So now I have the original. So yeah, that's pretty cool, I think. Picked up, speaking of Charlton Heston, picked up the 10 Commandments. I've forgotten how long this movie is. It's a freaking long movie. This thing comes in a 2 DVD set. No special features. It has no special features whatsoever. They literally used the DVD space just to pack in the movie. It's freaking long. But since I bought Planet of the Apes with Charlton Heston, I've decided to also pick up, his other great movie. He actually has a whole bunch of movies. He also made the Omega Man. Soylent Green is another one I remembered I actually have to track down. And Ben-Hur. So, yeah. Even though in his later years he became too much of an advocate for the NRA, as an actor he was pretty cool. The other movie I picked up is Children of Men, directed by Alfonso Cuarón, and who directed Gravity. Really good movie. It's a very cool apocalyptic movie where humanity can no longer procreate, and Clive Owen has to guide the only person that has gotten pregnant in years and years to a safe zone. Really interesting movie. I want to get Gravity, but good movie by Alfonso Cuarón. Went to Best Buy again, and I picked up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Volume 3 and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Volume 4. This is the classic animated series, the series I grew up with. missing a couple of volumes, but I have the one after 4. So now I have volume 1, 2, 3, 4, and the one that follows 4 which is actually season 4. So really happy to add Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles into my collection because I love the Turtles. Grew up watching these cartoons and just loved myself some Turtles. Almost at the home stretch. The guy that filmed my wife and myself's wedding finally gave us the DVD. So this is the DVD of our wedding. So of course that's going into the collection. Show off my wedding. Picked up this one. This is actually the cover from Super Cop 2. But this is a very early Jackie Chan movie, Master with Cracked Fingers. So early that it's actually a very interesting chop job. Because they have footage with Jackie Chan, but they also spliced it with some other characters that aren't involved in the Jackie Chan footage. And it has its own story, so they very interestingly mixed the Jackie Chan footage with this other footage to make a movie. It's very, very cheesy, but Jackie Chan is cool. He's very young in this movie, so that's why I picked it up. I'm a big fan of Jackie Chan, love Jackie Chan movies, and also like really cheesy, bad kung fu movies. What can I say? I grew up watching those movies, so that's an interesting mix of both. Picked up Mystery and Horror Tales Volume 1. This is Japanese horror that has 3 horror stories. I actually have to sit down and watch this one, but I'm a huge fan of horror and I'm a huge fan of anything Japanese, so Japanese horror, sign me up. Picked up Take the Lead with Antonio Banderas. Picked this one up because I was watching it on TV and I didn't see the beginning and I didn't see the ending. It's a typical story about a teacher that wants to, save these delinquent kids by in this case, not by teaching them, how to add, subtract, or history or anything, but by teaching them to dance. And through dance, he gets to these kids, and they're actually motivated to try to compete in a dancing contest. I thought it was pretty cool. Again, very cliche, but I liked the parts that I saw, so I want to see how it actually ends. And the last movie I picked up is First Man on the Moon, an adaptation of H.G. Wells' Voyage to the Moon, but it has special effects by Ray Harryhausen, who did great special effects in Jason and the Argonauts and I forget the other one he did, but he did a whole bunch of special effects, stop motion special effects. Inspired by King Kong. Harryhausen was the best at doing that, so anytime I can get a movie that has anything to do with Ray Harryhausen, I am going to pick it up. Have yet to see it, but it looks interesting. It looks like the kind of movie that I would enjoy, so really happy I added this one also to the collection. Whew! So that was the collection pickup video. Like I said, I picked up a bunch of stuff. Really picked up a bunch of stuff. Even though I am trying to cut down, I did end up buying a nice haul, I think. Like always, I like to recommend the standout things of the collection. I'm gonna go with Rise of the Planet of the Apes, movie-wise. This remake really surprised me. I ended up really liking this one and the sequel, which again, I have to pick up. And video game-wise, I'm gonna go with... I'm going to go with the horror ones. I'm going to go with Silent Hill, Shattered Memories, and The Walking Dead Season 1, which this one is actually a lot better. But, yeah, I enjoyed this one, and I'm looking forward to playing more of this. Because even though you can't physically fight the monsters, the stress of not being able to do so and having to run away is very effective. And again, the game psychoanalyzes you so that it tailors the scares to you specifically. So that's cool, but The Walking Dead, definitely by far the better one. It's just so cool, and I'm so enjoying this one. So yeah, hope I can beat the rest of it. But that was the Vault Edition pickup video. Like always, thanks so much for everyone that watches these. Like always, if you can leave a comment, recommendation, what have you in the comment section. I'd greatly appreciate it. And until I see you all again, this is Vargas XX78, thanking you and signing out.